Greatness is not a mystery, it's a method. And the truth is, most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they don't know where to start, or they start too big, or they start with excitement instead of structure. So today, we're going to talk about the path, the real, practical, human path to greatness. Not the Instagram version, not certainly the motivational version, the actual version. This is JengaPod, and this is episode 3 of the Call to Greatness series. Now let's look at the first step. You might be surprised when I say this again. The first step is not glamorous. Let me be honest with you, the first step toward greatness is rarely dramatic. It's usually small, quiet, and unimpressive. It could be waking up 10 minutes earlier. It could be reading 2 pages of a book every day. It could be doing 5 push-ups daily. It could be writing 1 paragraph of that book that you intend to write. It could be just saying no to one distraction. It could be saying no to that doom scrolling. It could be limiting your time or the time you spend on social media. The truth is, the world celebrates the big moments, the awards, the breakthroughs, the transformations, but greatness begins in the shadows, in the tiny decisions no one sees. And psychology calls this the activation energy, the small spark required to start a big fire. So you don't need a perfect plan, you just need a spark. Now let me give you the psychology of starting. And here's something really powerful. Your brain hates uncertainties. Your brain hates the unknowns. In other words, it hates big, vague goals. A goal like, I want to be successful, I want to get fit, or I want to be disciplined. Your brain doesn't know where to begin, so it freezes. But when you break the goal into something small and specific, your brain relaxes. It says, oh, I can do that. And this is called chunking. Breaking big goals into small, doable blocks. It's the same way you build a Jenga tower, 1 block at a time. Not 20, not 10, and not certainly 2. Just 1 block. You take 1 block, you place on top of the tower. That's how you play the Jenga game. Now, one thing that I want to share with you more is that most people would be like, oh, greatness is just found. No. The path to greatness is built. It's not found. The path to greatness is built, not found. People often say, oh, I'm trying to find my path. But here's the truth. You don't find the path. You build it. Brick by brick, habit by habit, choice by choice. And philosophers call this becoming, the idea that you shape yourself through your actions. You don't wait for clarity. You create clarity through movement. You don't wait for confidence, you build confidence through repetition. And certainly you don't wait for motivation, you generate motivation through progress. So the path appears as you walk it. Again, the path appears as you walk it. Now, to attain greatness, you must have an identity shift. You must have an identity shift. And here's the part that most people miss. Greatness is not just about what you do, it's about who you become. And psychology calls this identity-based habits. The habits that are rooted in who you believe you are. Instead of saying, I want to read more, you say, I'm a reader. Simply, I'm a reader. Instead of saying, I want to be disciplined, you say, I am someone who keeps promises to myself. Instead of saying, I want to get fit, say, I am someone who takes care of my body. Identity drives behavior. Behavior reinforces identity. So it's a loop. You start with an identity, you start acting in line with that identity, and as you're acting, those actions reinforces that identity. So it's a loop, as I said. When you shift your identity, your habits follow. Now, how do you generate momentum? Now you have shifted the identity. How do you generate momentum? Now let me give you a simple formula. You start with an action. You make progress. And through that progress, you get motivated. And when you get motivated, you take more actions. So actions followed by progress, For progress make you more motivated, and then the more motivated you are, you take more actions. Action, progress, motivation, more action. So most people wait for motivation to start, but motivation is the result, not the cause. Motivation is the result, not the cause. You don't get motivated and then act. You act and then get motivated. And this is why the first step matters so much. The first step matters so much. It creates momentum. And momentum is powerful. Momentum makes hard things feel easier. Momentum makes discipline feel natural. Momentum makes the path feel possible. So once you start, your brain begins to believe, maybe I can actually do this. Maybe you can actually do this. Maybe you can pick this call to greatness. Now, having said so, greatness does not rely on your willpower. You need systems. You need systems to sustain that decision, to make sure that greatness is attainable. So it's the systems that hold you. As I said, greatness is not built on willpower. Willpower is very inconsistent. It's emotional. It's unreliable. So greatness is built on systems, and systems could be your routines, your boundaries, your environments, the people. This environment now is very key. It could be the people around you. Those are your environments as well. Accountability. You taking full accountability, full ownership, full responsibility of everything in your life. And certainly, greatness systems require a structure. So if you want to wake up early, you don't rely on motivation. You change your environment. You put your phone across your room and you sleep earlier. You prepare your clothes when you know that you have to get ready early on in the morning. Now, if you want to read more, you put the book on your pillow. You carry it with you. You make it visible. If you want to work out, you schedule it like a meeting. You don't just say, I want to work out today. No, you book a time for working out. I want to start that project. You book a time on when to start that project. So it's non-negotiable. And systems make greatness sustainable. And then you might ask me, where do I start or where do I begin? So let's make this practical. Here's where you start. I know I've shared this in the first episode, but I might as well reshare it again. After all, greatness is repetitive, so you should get accustomed to repetitive actions. So here's where you start. Number 1, you choose one area of your life to improve. Not 5, not 10, just one. Number 2, you choose one habit that supports that area. Small, simple, and repeatable. Number 3, you make it non-negotiable for 7 days. Not 30 days, not 90, just 7. Number 4, you track it. Your brain loves evidence. Number 5, you celebrate small wins. Progress is fuel. So this is how you build the path, not through intensity, but through consistency. Now to close, greatness is not a destination, it's a direction. It's not something you stumble into, it's something you build, one step, one habit, one decision, one block at a time. And this is the path to greatness. And you're already on it. Having said so, this is JengaPod and I'm your host Godwin Silayo. And this is your call to greatness. Let's get stacking. Now, if you've been blessed by this or you have enjoyed listening to this series, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave a comment, like, and share with your friend, somebody that you want to pick the call to greatness with. Now, having said so, I'll see you on our next series or next episodes. Have a good one.